Hey everybody, welcome to the show today. On today's episode, we have Ashley Salinas, Director of Marketing, Communications, and Merchandise with the city, with the Hickory Crawdads. And in case you did not know, the Hickory area has their own high A minor league baseball team. They play at LP France Stadium right by the Hickory Airport. And the season's getting ready to start soon. And so we thought it would be a great idea to have Ashley come on, kind of talk about what the season's going to be like this year, with all the changes last year. We were kind of bummed we didn't get to have a season. I'm sure everybody was kind of bummed about that, but we're super excited that we're going to get to do that this year and kind of kick the season off. So Ashley, thanks so much for being on the show, and really appreciate you being on today.
Yeah, appreciate you having me on. Excited to talk some crawdads.
Awesome. All right. So how did you get started working with the Crawdads? Let's start there and kind of go from there.
Yeah, not really a traditional story. I'm actually from San Francisco area. Um, Grew up a huge baseball fan, going to minor league parks all across California when we ran out of teams. My dad and I would start going out of state and went up to Washington and out to Utah and all that. So always been a big minor league baseball fan. Um, when I went to college in San Diego, got to work for the Padres, and I realized, this is something I really want to spend my career in, is baseball. So applied for some internships when I graduated and went out to Augusta, Georgia, working for the minor league team down there. And when the internship was over at the end of the year, there's actually a creative services opportunity up here, and they were in the same league. So I got a reference from the owner down in Augusta to come up to Hickory. So being here, this will be my fourth year now.
That's awesome. Well, welcome. And you've been here long enough now, you kind of know your way around, I guess. But that's really cool, though, to come all the way out here from San Francisco area. I guess that explains your Warriors flag in the background, I guess. So we won't hold it against you, since we got a lot of Hornets fans here. But anyway, it's all
Not
good.
bandwagon though. I'm from the area, so.
Nice. No, that's all good. All right, so let's kind of get started, I guess, a little bit more, kind of digging into what the season's going to look like. So last year we were considered a low A team, and then this year we kind of moved up a level, and now we're high A. What's the difference there? Can you kind of explain like what the levels look like and how that works?
Yeah, for our first 28 years, we were actually members of the South Atlantic League, one of the low A teams. Still affiliated with the Texas Rangers this year going forward, but we're actually going to be moving up to a high A team, which means we're going to get a little bit better skill level players. Instead of being the fourth level down from the major leagues, we're going to be the third level. So there'll be a little bit more experience, a year more into their development. So hopefully see a little higher quality out here. But for the most part, like when you come out here, aside from the skill level on the field, it's going to be same Crawdads baseball that you're used to. If you pay attention and follow the stats, hopefully a little bit better. But other than that, still I have everything that you love about Crawdads baseball.
Awesome. And so I guess the teams we play this year will be a little different than teams we played in the past then?
We have some new teams. Some of them did move up from the South Atlantic League with us. Asheville Tourists are still in our league. Greensboro Grasshoppers, Rome Braves, Greenville Drive all came up with us, and Jersey Shore Blue Claws as well. This year we're going to be seeing the Winston-Salem Dash for the first time ever. They're actually our closest team, but we've never played them because they've been in high A before. But we're going to see some new teams as well. Some teams: Aberdeen Ironbirds, Brooklyn Cyclones, Wilmington, Delaware, Blue Rocks, and then Bowling Green Hot Rods. We haven't seen them since they left the South Atlantic League, I think in 2010, maybe somewhere, 12 maybe. But it's been a while since we've seen them. So definitely some new opponents that we're going to see, and some familiar ones as well.
That's awesome. Well, that's really good. So hopefully some more competition out there, and kind of go from there. Who are the top players that have played for the Crawdads that have kind of gone on to major league careers, like in the last, like, let's say 5 or 6 years? Do you have any players that have made it to the majors?
Yeah, we've had some. I think we had maybe like 6 of them come up for the first time last year. So we'll be seeing actually the last team that played in Hickory, the 2019 Crawdads, already getting players up. So we'll see a few more of those come up this year, like Sam Huff, number 2 prospect in the organization. He made his debut at the end of last season. Hopefully we'll be back up this year as well as a catcher with them. Joey Gallo is probably our big name right now. He's still with the Rangers. People still talk about some of the home runs he hit out here. Um, but a couple others that are a little bit further back would be like Andrew McCutcheon, former MVP winner, Jose Batista, a couple of guys like that are still just kind of floating around as well.
Awesome. So it's really, I've always thought it was really cool to be able to go to the games, and you just have it's such a close atmosphere, and it's just a really nice environment. So anybody that hasn't been out to a game, I definitely would recommend that you give it a shot this year, especially after missing last year again. I hate to keep bringing that up, but it just, it kind of stunk. And now, by having it back, it's one of those things where you don't realize how much you miss something until it's kind of taken away from you a little bit. And so hopefully we'll get a lot more people out there to the games this year and have some fun. So what type of special giveaways are you guys doing this year?
We got, I want to say like 10 lined up this year. So we're starting with magnet schedules, our first day. Second day is Texas Ranger Nights. We'll be giving away these hats right here. Nice. 500 fans for these. Saturday, we got the poster schedules. Then we're doing our Mother's Day celebration on the first Sunday of the year, which would be May 16th. It will be first 100 moms will get a carnation. Just a fun little Mother's Day tribute there. We'll have replica Llamas Day Hickory jersey giveaway, a NASCAR night themed t-shirt giveaway. We'll also be taking on the identity of the Hickory couch potatoes for a couple nights. That'll be our first time ever. So we got these little potato banks here, where it's kind of like a piggy bank where you put change in it. So they turned out really cool. Where a little 3D version of our logo.
That's pretty funny.
Giving those away. We got a Joey Gallo bobblehead. And then Ryan Suckup, who's a kicker for the Buccaneers, just won the Super Bowl. He is actually a Hickory High alumni. So we're having a bobblehead of him at the end of the year in his Hickory High uniforms.
Nice. That's really cool. So what about my favorite night, Thirsty Thursdays? Are they going to be back this year?
Thirsty Thursdays will be back. Also got Craft Beer Tuesdays as well. Discounted pints on Tuesdays. We'll have all our typicals back. We've got Dollar Dog Tuesdays with the craft beers, Wine Wednesday, and Kids Win Wednesdays, Thirsty Thursdays. We always got theme nights on Thursdays too. We got theme nights Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays. Fireworks every Friday. Giveaways or a jersey auction every Saturday. And Sundays is church bulletin Sundays as well. So we got stuff every day of the week. So whether you want to come out for Thirsty Thursday, get some discounted beer or Pepsi products, or just come on out. We got stuff going for everybody.
Awesome. So how excited are the players to get back in the swing of things? And like, kind of like what I know, like, they didn't stay in town. So like, we don't really know what they did, like personally what they did last year, but how did the season affect them in the off season and with us not really having a season?
It's going to be interesting to see for sure. Just having the off year, they were all at spring training last year when everything kind of shut down. So some of them kind of stayed in Arizona for a little bit, and some of them went home and just were practicing from there. I think I read that one player was going to his old high school and throwing to stay ready. So some of them were able to come when they opened up the alternate training site when Major League Baseball got started back again. Some of them came back for fall instructs as well and got some scrimmages in I want to say that was September, October timeframe. They were able to get back going. And then they started back for spring training to get ready for this year. I think a day or two after Major League spring training ended. So excited to see them back here because we haven't seen our players since the end of September 2019. So
yeah, no, it's going to be really good to have everybody back. So that's good. When we start going to games again, what kind of capacity are we going to be running at for the stadium, and what kind of safety protocols are you guys going to have in place?
I think we're looking at maybe having 1,800, 2,000 fans in here. We're going to be doing socially distanced pods, so 2 or 4 to keep a 6-foot distance to keep everybody kind of safe within that range. Masks will be required when not actively eating or drinking. So when you're up around on the concourse and stuff, we ask that you wear your mask. Our big goal is just safety, that we want everyone to come out and have a good time, but also feel comfortable being out at the ballpark. And it's something that, We just want everybody to have a good time and trying to encourage everyone, make sure, wear the masks. If you feel sick, please don't come. um, we'll be trying to keep our line socially distanced as well. Just kind of anything that we can really do, keeping capacity in the store, at a maximum so that we don't have 50 people shoved in there at once. Just try to take what precautions that we can, because rather be more safe on the safer side of things.
Yeah, I'd rather be more safe and stay open than not safe and then have to shut down or something. So definitely, I'm sure everybody will be fine with that, and just happy to be back. So I recently went to a Hornets game. They started letting fans back in again, and we got to go, and they did a really good job with it too, where they had staggered entrance times and had everybody stay out of, kind of spread out really well, and it can be done. And I think it's, like I said, it's kind of just exciting just to kind of get back in the swing of things. So definitely looking forward to the season. For the next part of the show, we try and have a little bit of fun by asking kind of little off-topic questions. And so, and then we'll kind of wrap up with some, regular stuff again. So what's been your go-to takeout spot for the last year since, you've been, I'm assuming you've been living in Hickory and having to kind of be closed up with everybody else. So what's been your go-to takeout spot?
I'm a big fan of tacos. So I kind of rotate between Salsaritas, Moe's, and Chipotle.
Okay.
And what I'm in the mood for, because Bible people say they're all very different.
Mm-hmm.
So usually go for some tacos a few times a week.
That's funny. That's good. What about, how about aside from takeout, when you do get to go into a restaurant, what's your favorite go-to restaurant when you do get to go out?
I'm a sucker for Olive Garden.
Okay.
Those breadsticks. So that's one of my favorite places to go.
That's funny. And how about a lot of people have been kind of stuck at home a little bit more, and maybe not so much lately, but through the last year or so. Have you picked up any new TV shows that you might not have otherwise watched if you weren't forced to be home as much as you probably were?
I've watched a lot of Grey's Anatomy this past year.
Okay. That's an upper.
Yeah. I don't know. I watch a lot of random stuff, the stuff that just comes out for one season. And one of my favorites I've watched the past year is Good Girls.
Okay. That was funny. We saw the first season of that, and that was a funny show. Something I just watched recently is I don't know if you like racing at all, but there's a Formula One show called Drive to Survive, and they follow the Formula One racing team around for a whole season. And so they've done 3 seasons so far, and so I just watched the most recent season of that, and I always recommend that one. That one is like, if you have a surround sound system in your house, and they really take advantage of it with the sound on that show, and the video is like super like high quality, and just they do a really good job with it. So that's one I when everything kind of got started, I never really had thought about it, and I watched Formula One racing from a distance, but didn't really understand it that well. But they go pretty in depth with all the teams, and you kind of get to know the drivers and the crew chiefs, or they call them something else in Formula One. I think that the team principals, and it's pretty interesting. So that was one we would go to quite. That was a go-to show for us for the last little bit. What are you looking forward to doing the most when things open up? Obviously, we're really excited about the Crawdad season, but aside from that, what are you looking forward to the most once, it seems like we're starting to kind of get through. Some people are starting to get the vaccines, and, it seems like things are getting better. What are you looking forward to the most?
I'm honestly just looking forward to being able to go back to other sports, not just necessarily the Crawdads. Our staff likes to go see. We're fortunate to live in Hickory, where we're surrounded by other sports teams here too. If you go to Asheville, Winston-Salem, Greensboro, Charlotte, you can see baseball pretty much anywhere.
Yeah.
drive an hour and a half any direction, you're going to find a team. So we like to go see what other teams are doing and have a good time out there. And sometimes we get to see the Crawdads on the road too. I think, I don't know if I'll be able to go to a Hornets game this year, but I think baseball is definitely probably the next one that's really opening up this summer. So
nice. That's good. And then is there anything that we didn't get to cover that we didn't get to that you wanted to make sure that we got out there?
Maybe a little bit about our alternate identities. Like I mentioned, we're doing the Couch Potato Weekend. We're really excited for that one. That was being debuted last year, actually, on the schedule. So we didn't get to take it on the field, but we came up with this identity called the Hickory Couch Potatoes. The couch being Hickory is the furniture capital of the world, and potatoes kind of tied in because North Carolina is a leading sweet producer in the country as well. So kind of a double tie-in, and couch potato actually is very fitting for the last year and a half too. Unintentional on that part, but for these theme nights, we have special hats and jerseys that the team is going to be wearing, and when you come out, like our video board animation is going to all be couch potato themed and everything like that. So it's kind of like as in depth as we can go, and just a little fun little promotion that we're doing, and a chance to pay tribute to the area.
Is there going to be a couch potato mascot?
Not this year.
All right.
If we get some.
If somebody wanted to donate a costume, maybe.
Walk around like a potato. So.
That's funny. And then how about the llamas? Are we going to have the llamas again?
Yes, the llamas are coming back as well. We have 6 games on the schedule, and those are also kind of a tie-in with Hickory with he's chewing on a furniture leg. But it's a tribute to the Latinx community, so we're going to have a lot of culturally relevant celebrations and music and everything going on for all those states as well. Maybe get some llamas back out here too. So they're a lot of fun too, because we have great logos anyways. But if you're not a big fan of red and black, we get to go in with the llamas, and it's green and blue and red and all these colors that just kind of come into it. And same with the couch potatoes, it's teal and orange are the colors on that. So it gives us kind of a lot of chances to do other things and see some more color pop out there.
Yeah, no, it's definitely fun. And I applaud you guys for doing stuff like that. Something at the end of the show, I always ask, since I'm in real estate and we have a real estate company, always ask if there's any questions that you had for me, since since we're here talking, anything about housing or anything, if you had any questions there.
I'm not sure. I've thought about getting a house recently, but it's an interesting market right now.
It really is tough. There's not a lot for sale out there. And so as soon as stuff goes on the market, it just seems to go pretty much right away. You're probably used to it a little bit being from California. You guys were going through that for quite a long time, but I think it's a little bit newer for us the last, 2 or 3 years. It's just really gotten crazy here. And, it's just really hard. We need more listings. I think there's people that want to sell their house, but they are afraid they're not going to be able to find something, so they don't put their house on the market. But if they don't put their house on the market, then people can't find a house to buy because we need more inventory. So it's kind of a double-edged sword. And so hopefully we're heading into the spring season. This is usually the point where most people, if they are going to put their house on the market, they decide to put it on. So hopefully, moving forward, we'll have some more inventory out there for people to buy some houses. So anyway, well, I certainly do really, really appreciate you being on the show today. I think it was a great episode. I think we learned a lot about the Crawdads, and again, just really, really looking forward to the season. So thank you so much for being on today, and look forward to a great season.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, and hopefully we'll see you and everyone else out at the ballpark starting, I think, in
we're gonna try and do with our agents. We're gonna try and do one of our the Realtor Association. I think every year we actually do something where I think we have an event there. But as a company, I think we're actually wanting to talk to somebody about setting it up. So we're definitely going to have an event with all of our agents, and hopefully we'll get that set up with you guys soon.
Perfect. Let us know, and or shoot me an email or something, and I'll get you set up with someone.
Awesome. Well, we certainly will. But thanks again for being on the show. And like I said, when is opening day again?
May 11th, Tuesday.
May 11th. So make sure everybody puts that on the calendar, May 11th, and get your tickets. There's not going to be as many, I guess, because of the social distancing and everything. So if you want to go to that game, you want to try and get them sooner than later. So thanks again for being on, Ashley Salinas. Thank you so much for being here, and look forward to seeing you this season.
Yeah, look forward to seeing you.
All right.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks. All right. Bye.